Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope everybody's well. I do want to take a second just to remind you, Sagittarius, that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Sagittarius out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and just leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, Sagittarius, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's obviously not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Sagittarius? All right, Sagittarius, you are starting out with the Knight of Cups reversed. You have the Death card in reverse. And coming out together is the Empress reverse along with the Four of Pentacles. All right. So I feel like there could have been a physical ending with somebody, but you may still be holding on to their energy because you're still emotionally attached. I feel like you're not expressing those emotions, but you're still emotionally attached. There's a sense here of holding on to that person, but yet being a little bit guarded. With the Empress here in the reverse, there is a need for you to kind of look at why you might be holding on to this person. There's a little bit of a poverty mindset that's attached to the feelings and the emotions and feelings of rejection. So be sure that you are doing the work on yourself, making sure that you're addressing any self-esteem issues and that kind of thing as well. But I don't feel like you're currently giving to this relationship. It didn't meet your expectations of what it was going to be and how it was going to grow. And so I do feel like you are still holding on to them though. And you're holding on to, you know, the emotions of this, but you're not expressing them. So let me see who's in Sagittarius energy. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Moon in reverse, sign of Cancer. We have the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So I do feel like this person is, trying to work on their own stability. I do feel like they are, you know, stability in particular is very important to this person, particularly if they are an earth sign. I do feel like there is a lack of communication that is here between the two of you. This person may not have been completely truthful with you as well. And if so, that has been revealed and this person might be feeling a little bit exposed. Could have been something to do with money or stability or commitment. Yeah, let me see the energy between Sagittarius and this person. Okay, you might be dealing with another fire sign, an Aries, a Leo, or possibly another Sagittarius. This person is having some realizations about you, though. And I will say that this person does feel that you are extremely attractive. Now, you feel this person is your soulmate. Yeah, you feel this person's your soulmate. It's this energy of when you met this person, you had such high expectations for where this was going to go. But right now you're kind of feeling like it failed to meet those expectations, but you still love this person. You're just not expressing it currently. You feel this person is your soulmate. And I do feel like this was, you know, on your side, this was a tremendously passionate and deeply emotional connection, almost like a connection you had never felt before. Now, this person is having some realizations about you. Let me see. And they're highly attracted to you, very focused on you. So they're realizing that they have feelings for you. I'm wondering if this person thought it was just going to be more physical, and that's not what happened. Show me what's affecting this connection. The Eight of Swords, you're both overthinking it, both worried, both concerned. Now, King of Pentacles can sometimes indicate somebody who is already in another connection. And that would be why there's been this lack of honesty. If that's the case, this person tried to bring you in as a third party, but you fell head over heels with this person. There's this anxiety, there's a lack of clarity, a sense of imbalance that is here, and you're both up in your head, you're both thinking about the other person, you're both worried, you don't feel like things are over, and you're deeply in your emotions. This person is trying to be more grounded and think about things from a more, you know, grounded or financial perspective. Let me see, show me the outcome. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, there's definitely feelings that are here, but they're not being expressed on either side. You, because you're guarded and you don't want to be the one to come in and try to, like, you know, give to the connection. On their side, they're quite guarded as well, and they're not communicating. I really feel this person tried to pull you in as a third party, and they may have fallen for you and realized it. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles. This is underlying energy. And what this tells me, Sagittarius, is that there could have been juggling here. There's definitely decisions that need to be made. And, you know, both parties are weighing up the pros and cons of those decisions. But there could have been some juggling as well. That this person could have been exposed for that as well. So let's clarify. Why is the Knight of Cups in reverse? Why is the Knight of Cups in reverse for Sagittarius? All right, you have the Eight of Swords reversed. You have the Chariot reversed, and you have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, you want to come out of all this worry, concern, all this overthinking. You want to release that. You want to release that. You want to be able to express yourself emotionally to this person. You feel this person is your soulmate. Some of you may even feel this person is your twin flame. You want a balanced and equal connection here where you're both giving to one another. You haven't moved on from this person, and for some of you, you could live at a distance from them, and that might be creating a problem as well. Let me see the Death card in reverse. Show me the Death card in reverse. Ooh, the Tower. And the Nine of Wands reverse. Yeah, this ending created a tower moment for you, Sagittarius. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're still emotionally invested. You don't think things are completely over between the two of you, but this has collapsed because it was not built on a solid and firm foundation. You've had a very difficult time here, though. I feel like at times you have felt very hopeless about the situation. I feel like your emotions have been all over the place. You know, on the one hand, you're like, I need to free myself from this situation. On the other hand, you're like, I love this person more than is reasonably expected in any lifetime. So I feel like you can't stop thinking about them even as much as you try to. So would you work this out and overcome the problems? I feel like you would. But there hasn't been the growth that needs to take place in order to do that. And, you know, there's still a lot of emotions on your side, but there's a lack of growth in the situation as well. Not necessarily just on your side, but also on theirs. So and I feel like at this point you're having a hard time trusting this person too. So let me see the bottom energy for Sagittarius. All right, Five of Pentacles reversed. King of Swords reversed. And the Ten of Swords. Yeah, you're still holding on to their energy. There's no communication. You feel like this person is not being honest and direct with you. And it's painful to you that this person is not trying to reach out, trying to communicate. That's what you want them to do. So I do feel like you're a little angry at times. You feel hopeless at times. You don't trust this person. you feel that they betrayed you, particularly if you feel that you're in a divine connection, you're feeling like this person betrayed you. At the same time, and this is what is making it even more painful for you, is that you still want to be with this person. You're not chasing it down. You're not, actively trying to contact them. And I see that, but in your heart, it's created this conflict because you're still emotionally attached. So let me look at their energy. Let's see what's up with this person. Why is the moon here for the person in Sagittarius energy? Show me the moon in reverse for the person in Sagittarius energy. All right, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Hold on. Your card went flying. And then we have the World in reverse. Yeah, so this person they're kind of being patient. They're being patient. They're watching to see what you're going to do, Sagittarius. They don't feel like things are over. They really don't. I feel like something was exposed. Did this person not tell you that there was someone else in the picture? Or maybe they misled you about the situation? Because I'm really getting that Seven of Swords vibe here. That this person wasn't completely honest with you. And then at some point, you saw through that. So they're now watching and waiting because they feel invested in you and they feel invested in the situation. So, and they're realizing that, but something here was exposed. Let me see this King of Pentacles. Show me the King of Pentacles. Six of Swords. And the Seven of Swords reversed. All right, so this person knows, they've realized that, if they're going to move forward with you, they have no other option than to end something. There's something in their life that has not ended. They invested before something else was complete. And this person, I feel like they threw a lot of confusion into the mix, and you've seen through that at this point. So I do feel like this person is wanting to move on from some other commitment. They know that that's what they want to do. But I think they're overthinking the situation as well. Yeah, there's a lot of anxiety. They're definitely up in their head. And I can tell you as well, this person is wondering, Sagittarius, do you have other options? Have you moved on? So while they're over here being silent and not speaking, they're worrying about what it is that you're doing. Have you moved on from them? Are you with somebody else? Because they definitely don't want that. Let me look at, show me the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Show me the Knight of Swords in reverse. Let's try that again. Show me the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Wow. I almost feel like this person doesn't talk, and then they kind of like throw out, a lot of stuff all at once. All right, Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups in the reverse. So yeah, this person was not transparent with you. They weren't honest about what they were offering and what they wanted. And I have to be honest with you, Sagittarius, this person had more than one option. They were exercising options, and there was more than one option other than the person that they were in commitment with. So this person was not doing the right things, which is unusual with the King of Pentacles. Generally, if it's in the upright, that person is very faithful, but this person, not so much. There was lying, there was misdirection, particularly about what was actually being offered here. This person, your energy, I feel like they tried to come into this with the passion, but without the emotion. And now they've realized that they do have feelings. They do have emotions. I feel like you will eventually hear from this person. I don't think it's going to be like really soon, because they're trying to formulate what they're going to say, and it will likely be in a text. And I have to be honest with you, there could be somebody else in their energy other than the person they are in a commitment with currently. Let me look at the energy between Sagittarius and this person. Queen of Cups, King of Pentacles, now that's in their energy, and the Queen of Wands. Wow. So again, I have to be honest with you. You came into this and you love this person, Sagittarius. You love, love, love this person. You're coming into it as the Queen of Cups, full of love. They're coming into it full of passion. You came into it as a soulmate. They came into it thinking of you as a third party. This person was in another commitment. You came into it thinking there would be commitment between the two of you. They came into it knowing that they were committed elsewhere and, you know, looking for third party energy. That's what they were investing in. The two of you were investing in completely different aspects of the relationship. And I don't think that they were honest with you about that, because you went in full force. You went in with everything. I'm seeing fire sign energy, water sign energy, earth sign energy. Almost all the energies are represented here. So let me see. Show me what's affecting this connection. Look, I feel bad for you right now, Sagittarius, because I feel like that's what caused the Tower moment. You just went in with your whole heart, and this person was not being transparent, was not being honest. The Fool and Judgment. So you're both thinking about each other. You are having a difficult time with the situation because it's caused this Tower moment, but you want this new beginning, and you're thinking, well, is it going to happen? Is there going to be a new beginning? Are we going to reconcile? It's like all you can focus on. In their energy, they want to reconcile as well. So, but they're still showing up here as being involved, you know, in something else. I do feel like they do want to move away from the chaos. They think about you a lot. And I also feel like, you know, they feel very exposed, but they still want to be with you. But I don't see their situation changing. Let me look at the outcome. Show me the outcome for Sagittarius. Five of Swords, 10 of Coins reversed, and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, so there's going to be, I feel like you're going to hear from this person. They're likely to reach out through a text. Now, here's the thing, is Sagittarius, it's going to lead to conflict. This person is in their ego. They're in a very ego-driven state. And I do feel like they could be narcissistic, because I'm seeing that they have other people around them as well. So when they do finally reach out, I feel like you will respond. I do feel like you're a little bit angry at the way this person has treated you, but yet you still want this. So you are going to likely respond, and it's going to lead to this conflict. Now, are there emotions here? There are definitely emotions on your side. There's emotions on their side as well. You're feeling like you have to shut down those emotions, you know, because this person's not coming to you correctly. They are shutting down those emotions because of their pride and their arrogance. Essentially, they they're not even honest with themselves, Sagittarius. So I don't feel like they have the ability to be honest with you. They want you back, but under they want you back as third party energy. So it's going to lead to this conflict. This conflict is going to get very, very heated. And I do feel like you're going to say, look, you betrayed me. You did not treat me with the proper respect here. You were very disrespectful to me. So when you end this thing that you have going on, and it looks like a long-term connection, when you end all of that, then you know, let me know if you want to contact me again. And I'll see if I'm available, which you do want to be available because you're holding on to them, but you're angry. You're angry. It's going to make you feel betrayed all over again. And their response to that is to basically just sit in their ego and pull back their emotions and walk away, knowing that you have once again called them out on their dishonesty. So I do feel they're going to show up again. I don't think it'll be this week, but I do feel like they will eventually show up again. It will likely start as a text and end in a huge battle because of their ego and the way that they are conducting themselves. They're not being honest. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. That's underlying energy. So you know what may wind up happening to this person is that whoever that they've been juggling here, that they're in this long-term relationship or marriage, that person may eventually make the decision to leave them. They definitely are not on the same page with that person, and this could be a situation that is being affected because of finances or money. So it also tells me, though, that you are feeling a deep, deep sense of loss here, and there is a deep need, Sagittarius, for you to pour some self-care into yourself, okay? So this is a difficult reading for you. I do see them coming back, but I don't think you're going to be happy with how they're coming back. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. It just hurts me because I can see in the cards how you just came to this person with your whole heart, you know? And that's not what they returned. All right, so your card is number 10, and it says, pay attention to signs. So let's read that. I'm using the Heal Yourself reading cards. A lot of times you guys ask. All right, it says, signs are all around you. Open your mind and pay closer attention to your environment. Your angels know that you've been feeling lost about the direction you need to take in your life and the decisions you need to make. They have heard your frustrations and your pleas for help. They ask you to slow down, stop focusing on the problem, and allow a solution to come into your reality. Your spiritual helpers have been organizing synchronistic events and support for you, but you keep thinking in the same stubborn way. Relax and look at life in a more creative way. Pay attention to repetitive signs and signals. A sign can come in the form of a song, a movie, a book, nature, animals, people, thoughts, dreams, visions, etc. At times, your body also gives you signs. Your body may be telling you to rest, change your diet, or to work on challenging emotions. Be sure to take these signals seriously. All right, so Spirit is saying there are signs all around you, Sagittarius, so be open to those signs, all right? I hope that this has been helpful in giving you some clarity in the situation. It is a difficult situation. So I hope you've gotten some clarity. And if you have resonated with this, Sagittarius, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video so other Sagittarians can hear the message. And until I see you in your next reading, Sagittarius, please know that you are love. And namaste.